Hi, my name is Betsy, and welcome to my home yoga studio. Today I am going to provide you with a 60-minute Kripalu Yoga, a gentle Kripalu Yoga class. During the class, if you have a bolster, perfect. If not, you can use a cushion from a chair or even stack two pillows, and you can sit on the pillows. A block or two on the side, a yoga strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a tie or a soft belt or even a towel. I have a yoga blanket back here that we'll use during the class to help make the poses a little easier for you, and a couple of tricks on how to keep your pelvis neutral. If you don't have any blocks, you can use two big books, two thick books that won't slide or that are fairly stable, and also water. I always keep my water with me during a yoga class. You never know when the throat will dry out. So, to begin with, a couple of easy lessons or advice from me to you is your safety is a priority. Because I'm in my studio and you're at home, this means you need to take extra special care on listening to your body and taking care of yourself. Listen to your body, and if it tells you not to do something or you're feeling any pain, I want you to come out of the pose. Or just ease up out of the pose until you don't feel any pain. Now, for modifications, I will give you modifications throughout the practice, and you're welcome to take the modifications or go to the more difficult part of the posture. So we're going to start by noticing your breath. And today we're going to focus on body awareness to help give you some cues on listening to your body and what your body is telling you. So I'm sitting on my bolster and I have my hips towards the front of the bolster where my hips are leaning, coming forward. I feel like I am flowing off the edge, but I'm not quite flowing off the edge. This gives me a nice, stable, neutral pelvis. You can have your legs crossed any way you want. You can do the full knees down, or you can even bring one knee up and hold it like this if this makes you feel more stable. You can cross your ankles over. Again, find your comfort zone. So we're going to sit nice and tall, long torso, shoulders back and down, reaching out through the crown of your head. And just start to notice your breath. Gently close your eyes or soft gaze. Notice the temperature in the room as you're taking your inhale. And exhale, notice how the cool air is warmed up as it comes out. Continue to notice your natural breath without making any changes. Every breath you take in, your diaphragm is pushing down as you fill your lungs with air. And your diaphragm is gently giving your digestive organs a nice, gentle massage. We're bringing in fresh oxygen with every inhale and every exhale. We are removing toxins from the body. And this all happens without us even paying attention. But during yoga, paying attention to the breath is really important. On your next inhale, I want you to take a deep breath in and fill the belly, push that belly out as you inhale. And exhale through the nose, the belly button goes back to the spine. Inhale again, filling the belly. Your ribs expand. And then gently exhale. Ribs go back. Your belly button goes to the back of your spine. One more inhale, deep inhale, fill the belly, expand the ribs, and your chest will lift. And exhale through the nose. Chest goes back down, rib cage goes back in, and your belly button goes towards the back of your spine. We're going to continue with this 3-part breath. Inhaling in, filling the belly, the ribs expand, and the chest, and then exhale through the nose, feeling everything going back into place. Inhale. And exhale. When we take these deep breaths, continue to breathe in, 3-part breath. We take these deep breaths in, we're also activating our parasympathetic nervous system, allowing your body to relax, allows your body to heal, and it just calms everything down. You should feel more present now. We're going to do 3 more deep breaths. One last inhale. Now, as you exhale, on your next big inhale, what I want you to do is constrict the back of your throat. And as you inhale, we're going to do Ujjayi breath, or also known as ocean sounding breath. So we're going to inhale, and you'll hear a noise as if the wave is coming into the shore. And exhale through the mouth, and the wave is leaving the shore. Inhale. Exhale. Continue. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, making that noise in. It's almost like a Darth Vader voice. Inhale in. Continue with the Ujjayi breath. And if you feel your body fights you on this, or you're a little bit lightheaded, ease up on the breath. Continue to make the noise, but go more gently. And after a while, if you continue to practice, your body will learn how to do this, and it will actually follow you. And when you notice that moment, I always call those the aha yoga moment. It's like you're trying to get your body to do something, it keeps fighting you, and then all of a sudden, without even thinking, your body goes into the pose, or it does that breath. So now we're going to go back to our natural breath. And just notice, do you feel calmer? Do you feel more present? Do you feel your body is relaxed a little bit more than when we first sat down? Now, very gently, I want you to remove any props from your mat. Now, I have 2 mats here crossing. Your mat should be facing straight towards the computer or the TV that you're watching. I have the side mat so that I can demonstrate the side view of some of the poses. So now I want you to come into a tabletop pose. I'm going to come to the side and demonstrate. Your hands should be directly underneath your shoulders. Don't lock those elbows, but keep them fairly firm. Fingers spread really wide. Your knees hip distance apart, directly under your hips, and you should have a neutral back, looking down just between your fingers. So you'll have a nice straight line from the top of your head all the way to your hips. Tops of your feet are going to be flat on the mat. You're going to press gently into the top of your feet to help stabilize. And take a breath in and exhale. On your next inhale, lift your chin, drop your belly, and lift your hips up towards this sky. And exhale, tuck your chin, round your back. And exhale, inhale, coming forward. This is known as the cat-cow. Listen to your body and go only as far as your body is comfortable. Yoga is a very individual practice. What a pose looks like when I do it does not necessarily mean it's what it looks like for you. One more inhale, up, and exhale. Bring the belly button towards the back of the spine, rounding your back, and exhale back down to neutral tabletop. Relax your shoulders. Now very gently extend your right leg. Keep your foot on the ground. And inhale, bring that leg up. And exhale, come back to neutral. Inhale, bringing your left arm up. And exhale back to neutral. Now we're going to do both. Extend the left leg up. And extend the left arm up. You want to reach your extended leg towards the wall behind you. Extend that left arm all the way to the wall. Just stretching as far as you can. Squeeze those glutes. Keep breathing. Easy breaths here. And then gently exhale and come back down to neutral tabletop. Now we're going to take the left leg. Extend the leg out. And inhale, lift the leg up, pointing the toes, and gently bringing it back to neutral. Taking your right hand. So you want to shift your weight to your left hand and take your right hand and extend it out. Easy breaths and gently bring it back down as you exhale. Now we're going to extend the left leg and the right arm at the same time, reaching out to the opposite walls, pressing in to your stabilizing foot. Squeeze those glutes, squeeze those thighs. Easy breaths, and then gently come back down to neutral. Take a breath here. On your next inhale, lift your right leg up and gently bring it over to the side. I want you to look over your left shoulder to see your left foot. I'm going to move my blocks just a little bit, and now I can see my left foot. We're doing a nice side stretch. Easy breaths here. And inhale, lifting the leg up and gently bringing it down. Inhale the right leg again. I'm going to come back to the front so you can see. Inhale the right leg up and bend your knee and come over to the side. And exhale back behind you. One more time, bend the knee over to the side. And exhale back behind you and gently bring it back down. Take a breath here, knees hip distance apart, and gently lift your left leg up and bring it over to the other side of your right leg, and gently look behind you at your left toes, looking over your right shoulder. Easy breaths here. Nice side stretch on your left side. And inhale, leg back up, and exhale, back to neutral. Now inhale, leg back up, and I want you to gently bend your knee, bring it out to the side. Feel that in your glute, and exhale, bringing it back behind you. One more time. Inhale out to the side, and exhale back behind you. And we're going to come in to neutral. And let's sit back just for a moment. So we have done the 6 movements of the spine. The flexion forward in our cat-cow, extension back, and then we did side to side, and we did a twist when we looked over our shoulders. So the 6 movements of the spine, and we do that every time before we get into the main part of the yoga class, so that your spine is lubricated with synovial fluid, and we're protecting your spine. So, sitting gently. Now when you in this position, I'll come to the side. When you sit in this position, if you find any discomfort, there's a couple of tricks you can do. You can take a blanket and put it between your heels and your hips. That works very effective. You can take a block and place it right there. That helps as well. If you have any sensitive knees, when we go down on our knees, you can take your blanket or anything soft that's thin, and you use the blanket to protect your knees. A little late for our tabletop, but we will be doing a couple of things later on that you may want to consider using that modification. Okay, back to where we were. So you're sitting about the middle part of your mat. Your hips are down on your heels. And I want you to very gently bring your hands to the mat in front of you. Come back up to tabletop. I want you to extend your right leg out, bringing the knee down, bottom of your feet down. And then gently do it to the same on the left. And I want you to slowly bring your torso, your hips down to the ground. And bring your hands directly under your shoulders. And we're going to do Cobra. And in Cobra, you extend your legs, lift your right leg, extend it and put it back down. Lift your left leg, extend it, bring it back down. Pressing your hips into the ground, pressing the top of your feet into the ground. And I want you to lift your shoulders, keeping your hands on the ground, but you're not using those hands to pull yourself up. And exhale, come down to the mat. One more time. Lift up, lifting, nice extension of the back. You're pressing into the floor. Nice, gentle Cobra. For those more experienced, you can go into full Cobra or even up dog. And exhale back down. I hope that felt great. So I want you to press up. You're going into a full Cobra briefly. Tuck your back toes. I want you to shift your hips back and lift to Downward facing dog. Now in downward facing dog, you should keep your knees slightly bent. There should be a straight line from your elbows all the way to your hips. If you feel yourself sliding, shorten the distance between your hands and your feet, and then lift your hips up towards the ground. Now very gently press up onto your tippy toes, keeping that alignment. And exhale, pressing your heels down. Inhale, up on your toes. And exhale, pressing down. Heels don't go to the ground, but they come close. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale, back down. Now I want you to look. Move your head up where your vision is about 6 inches in front of your hands. Bend your knees and step forward. So you're in a forward fold. Grab your elbows, keep your knees bent, and let's just dangle. So we're in a forward fold. Bring your hands to the ground and very gently place each hand on your thigh and press yourself up. So we are right at the front of the mat. Now I want you to inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up, and exhale, forward fold. Wide reverse swan. Inhale, very slow, very mindful. Palms together, and exhale to heart center. Inhale, arms out and forward fold. Placing your hands on the mat. I want you to step your right leg back and step your left leg back. So this is where you should be. Bring your knees down. We're going to do a modified plank. With the plank and your knees down, you should have a nice straight line from your hips all the way down to your knees. Nice straight line, hands directly below your shoulders. Easy breaths here. We're strengthening the core, working on those muscles. If you are used to doing yoga and you're not a beginner, you can actually do the plank, the full plank, pushing those heels towards the wall. Now bring your knees down. Let's come into neutral tabletop. Hands directly below your shoulders, knees directly below your hips. Now I want you to bring your hands out where your pinky is just to the edge of your mat. And look about 6 inches ahead of your fingers. Continue the smooth, easy breaths. And I want you to lift your right leg forward. Now bring, for this next posture, keep your blocks close. So we're going to come forward and we're going to do a low lunge. In a low lunge, you're going to have your knee directly above your ankle. And you're going to extend that back leg. You want to feel a nice stretch on your inner thigh and your front part of your thigh. Stretching those muscles out. Easy breaths. There shouldn't be any pain. If there is, I want you to bring your knees slightly closer and just make that pull a little less dynamic. And on the next move, placing your blocks up or your hands on the ground, or you can even do them lower. I'm going to use higher ones. And then very gently pressing into your back foot, I want you to walk the blocks back. When you are at this position, flex your toe up. And we are doing a nice hamstring stretch. Easy breath here. You should be feeling stretch right in here. You're activating your glutes, but you'll also feel a stretch in your other leg, your supporting leg. Gently walk your leg forward, your blocks forward, come back into the low lunge. And tuck your back toe and lift up into a modified high lunge. Feeling that stretch, and bring your knee down as you inhale. And I want you to come back into a tabletop position. Now I'm going to do the same pose on the other side, but I'm going to move where I'm facing you so you can see it from this angle as well. So, in a neutral tabletop position, bringing the hands out a little to the side of your mat. I want you to gently bring your left leg forward, grabbing your blocks, and tuck your back toe, walk your back knee a little further away from your body. Flatten that foot in the back, pressing the top of your foot into the mat. Notice your knee is directly above your ankle. Nice stretch, nice, easy, smooth breaths here. And then very gently start to walk your blocks back. And let's do the hamstring stretch. Working to keep those shoulders back. Easy breaths. You'll be feeling the stretch here and directly underneath your leg. And gently walk forward. And come back to a neutral tabletop. Now I want you to take wide legs and extend your arms out into child's pose. If child's pose is new to you and you have a hard time getting all the way down to the mat, place a block here and rest your forehead on the block. Easy breaths here. Stay in child's pose. Just checking my mic to make sure it's still working. One more breath. And gently walk yourself up. We're going into tabletop one more time. And I'm going to show you an easy way to get up. If anybody has any trouble getting up off of the ground, we're going to do a modified tabletop. And I'm coming sideways so you can see. So this is a modified tabletop. Straight back, shoulders back. Then I want you to gently place your foot right on the inside right foot to the right, to the inside of your right hand or your right block. I want you to tuck your back foot, your back toes, and then grab the top of these blocks, press in, leaning forward, and step up to the front of your mat. So you should be right here. Okay, coming up into mountain pose. Mountain pose is a really important posture for yoga. It's the foundation of every standing pose. So you need to keep feet about hip distance apart, keeping the weight equal from the balls of your feet, both sides, to the heels, and then lift your toes up and gently place one toe down at a time, pressing those toes into the ground. Now keeping your knees slightly bent. You don't want to lock the knees. Slight bend in the knees. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the thighs together. Find that neutral pelvis where you're not feeling you're being pulled forward or backward. Long torso, shoulders back and down, kissing the shoulder blades, reaching out through the crown of your head. And this is mountain pose. You're using 300 muscles in mountain pose. Really important posture. I want you to inhale, bringing your arms up, interlacing your fingers, pointing your pointer fingers together. Your elbows should be right next to your ears. Inhale, extend, and exhale, relax your shoulders. Inhale, elongate the spine, keeping those shoulders relaxed. And as you exhale, come over to the right side, keeping those arms close to your ears. Easy, smooth breaths here. We're going to hold this pose for 2 more breaths. Inhale, up, and exhale, down to the other side. Inhale back up, and exhale. Nice, strong, slow movement, bringing your arms back down. Inhale, bending your knees, bringing your hands forward into chair pose. Feeling that strength. Squeezing the glutes and the thighs together, activating those muscles. Remember, keeping the weight equally distributed with your feet, the balls and the heels of your feet. Easy breaths here. On your next inhale, bring your arms down. And inhale, back up. Now I'd want you to take your right arm and bring it back behind you. Place the back of the palm, the back of your hand on the lower part of your back, and bring your left hand over to the side of your right leg. We're doing a nice twist. Look up towards the ceiling, and then inhale back up, and we're going to go to the other side. Nice chair twist. And inhale, arms back up. And exhale, standing up. Do you feel that? What is your body telling you? Are you feeling it? Do you need to back off a little bit? Or are you not feeling anything and you need to work a little bit harder? It's all up to you. But remember to keep yourself safe. We want to find your edge. but you don't want to feel pain. So nice deep breath here. In mountain pose, I want you to gently shift your weight over to your right leg, bend your left leg, bend your left knee, and gently bring your heel into your other ankle. Now in tree pose, you want to maintain the mountain pose on your stabilizing leg. That's where your balance comes from. So you need to squeeze the glutes together. Everything squeezes into the center. And I want you to inhale, arms up, palms together, and exhale to heart center. Here you squeeze in, just as you do the hip area. Squeeze it all in to help keep your balance. Now you can stay in sapling or find a spot on the ground. Nice soft gaze, and then gently bring your leg up to your calf. And you have those days where your balance is good, you have your days where your balance is off. And I think lately most of us have had issues keeping ourselves balanced. So inhale, if you're shaking, that means you're working. One more breath in, and then exhale and release. Now stand back in mountain pose. Notice, how are you feeling? Are you feeling one side is stronger than the other? We're going to fix that. So I want you in mountain pose. Take a deep breath in and exhale with a sigh. Gently shift your weight over to your left leg, bend your right leg, and bring your heel to your ankle, maintaining the mountain pose on your stabilizing leg. Inhale, arms up, palms together. Exhale to heart center, pressing everything to the center of your body. Find a spot that you can focus on. Soft gaze, and I want you to gently bring your leg up to your calf, or leave it in sapling if that's what works for you. We're strengthening your balance here. This is a great exercise. If you need to hold on to a wall or a chair, by all means, listen to your body. Easy breaths. We don't hold our breath in yoga. Pressing hands together, squeezing those glutes. One more breath in, and then exhale and release. Let's do a little bit of a walk to release those tense muscles. And if you have water with you, it might be a perfect time to grab a sip of your water. Standing in mountain pose. We're going to inhale and shift your weight to your right leg and very gently pressing your left leg back. Now, if you have any balance issues, you can extend the distance in the width between your front foot and your back foot. You want to squeeze those glutes together, squeeze the thighs together, press the heel of your back foot down towards the floor. Remember, if you're feeling any pain, I want you to shorten that distance between your front and your back leg. Now notice your front leg. You should be able to look down and notice your big toe. If you're seeing more or you're not seeing your big toe, you need to adjust. What's important is you keep your knee above your ankle. I don't want your knee to be in or out, too far forward or too far back. Right above. Using this leg as a stabilizer, pressing into the back leg to help stabilize. And then inhale, arms up. And then exhale, drop your back foot to a 90-degree angle and bring your arms to shoulder height, extending your fingers. Now stay in this position. I'm going to move to a side pose so you can see this is what you're supposed to be doing. If you look slightly different, that's fine. One thing is important, check that knee. Is it still above the ankle? Breath here. Look at your back arm. Make sure it's shoulder height. Look forward, shoulder height. And with your next inhale, I want you to lean forward, drop that arm, bring this arm up. And if you need to, use your block. Keeping that knee in the front bent. We're going into a side angle. Easy breaths here. Very gently straighten that front leg. And we're going into triangle. Use that block if you need to. Inhale and exhale. Easy breaths. To release this pose, grab that imaginary rope and pull yourself up. Take your front foot and bring it parallel to the short side of your mat. Now, if you need to bring your feet a little closer together, perfect, do so. Listen to your body. What is your body telling you? Or bring it a little further back. Grab a block, set it right down below your chin. Inhale, arms up, flip your palms down. And then I want you to very slowly, with a flat back, follow your chin, lead with your chin all the way down. Notice you have a flat back, keeping those knees slightly bent. And exhale, your hands down. And then let your head dangle. Nice stretch. We're stretching out the back of the legs, the hips and the lower back, as well as the shoulders. Now, if you have any blood pressure issues, if you have uncontrolled blood pressure, keep your head above your heart. Now, very gently place your hands on your thighs, and I want you to press your shoulders back. And then inhale, bring your fingers forward, interlace your fingers, and stretch out nice and long. And exhale, bringing your hands behind your back. Keep your hands, you can either keep them flat on the back, and I'm going to turn sideways, stay where you are. So you can keep them flat on your back like this, or interlace those fingers and stretch those shoulder muscles out. We're correcting the forward, constant forward motion when we drive or on the computer or on our cell phones. We're always doing this with our shoulders. We are stretching those muscles. Nice, long. Now, if you have no blood pressure issues, bring your hands up, bring your head down. Easy breaths. Now, very gently bring your hand down to your thigh and bring yourself up. Back to the front of the mat, gently stepping forward. Back into mountain. Shift your weight into I'm coming to the side, but you stay here, and this is what we're doing. We're going to take care of the other side. So shift your weight into your left side and bend your knee and very gently step your right leg back. Inhale into warrior one. Check that front knee. Make sure it's above your ankle and that you have your knee in line with your body, that it's not too far in or too far out. Press that heel into the ground. On your next inhale, drop the back foot to a 45 to 90 degree angle, whatever feels comfortable for you. And then arms to shoulder height. Check your backhand and then come to the front. And I want you to gently push forward. When you've gone as far as you can, bring your hand down. If you need a block, rest your hand on a block. Keeping your shoulders stacked on top of one another, everything in line with the legs. Very slowly, straighten that front leg and come into triangle. We are using the core here. We're using your respiratory, your cardiovascular. We're also moving lymphatic fluid through the body. To release this pose, grab that imaginary rope and pull yourself up. And let's step back up to the front of your mat. We're going to inhale, arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Placing your hand on the ground, I want you to gently bring your left knee down and your right knee down. In tabletop, shift your legs to the side and then bring your legs forward. Now, if you have a blanket or a thin mat, or if you don't, you can just gently fold your mat over slightly. Anything just to bring slight elevation to your hips. So I'm going to sit on my blanket. When you do this, bring your hips just to the edge where you feel like you're falling, but you're not. Feet forward. Toes pointing up to the ceiling, hip distance apart, a slight bend in your knee. Now, if this is uncomfortable for you, you can place your hands underneath your knees or roll a blanket or pillows, very thin pillows under your knees to hold them up and to take the pressure off your knees. Nice, tall torso, shoulders back and down as if you're kissing your shoulder blades, reaching out through the crown of your head. And this is Dhanasana, which is a seated mountain pose. Take a deep breath in and exhale through the mouth. One more time. Now grab your strap and we're going to place the strap right on the balls of your feet. We don't want them down here. That could cause some injury to your toes. And we're going to use the strap as a guidance only. We're not going to pull. It reminds you to keep your toes up and it helps keep your body in alignment. So nice, tall back. We're back into Dhanasana. Long torso, shoulders back and down. And I want you to follow with your, lead with your chin, keeping your back straight. You're going to bend right where your hip and your legs attach. So very gently come forward You're going to feel that stretch in the hamstrings. And when you've gone down as far as you can, I want you to let that strap go. Bring your hands to the top of your calves or down on the floor. And then very gently tuck your chin in. And notice the feeling, the stretch has changed a bit. So you should be feeling a little bit of stretch in your lower back. In this pose, we are stimulating the gallbladder. We're stimulating the meridian. We're stretching fascia. We're stretching your tendons and your ligaments. All that supports your muscles. We're letting everything cool down. Now, as you inhale, I want you to slightly come up, and exhale, come back down even more. Every time you inhale, just micro movement up, and exhale a little bit more into the pose. Inhale up, and exhale down. We're going to hold this for 5 easy breaths. To release this pose, put your hands on the mat next to your calves and slowly walk yourself up. We're going into Savasana. And today, it's up to you whether you want to lay very comfortably on your back. Now, many people call this particular pose the corpse pose. I teach yoga for cancer, so I don't use that language. I refer to this particular pose as sunset pose. So you're going to lay flat on your back. You can use a blanket on your head or leave it flat. And often I like to do the sunset pose with one hand on my heart, the other on the belly button. And you just allow your body to relax. Focus on your breath. If thoughts come to your head, go back to focusing on your inhale and your exhale. Allow your body just to melt into the mat. Relax your eyebrows. Relax the space between your eyebrows. Relax your jaw. If your jaw seems tense, place your tongue right at the top of your roof of your mouth, and that automatically forces your jaw to relax. Relax your shoulders, let them melt into the mat. Relax your hips. Relax your knees. Relax the ankles and your toes. Allow your hands to just relax. Now very gently start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, start to rotate your ankles and your wrist, making bigger circles. And stretch your arms overhead, nice and long body stretch, toes reaching to the opposite wall, hands reaching. And very gently bring your one knee up, hug it into your chest, and extend that back down. Bring the other knee up and hug it into your chest. And extend it back down. Bring both knees in and hug it into your chest. I want you to gently roll over to your side into fetal position and just take a breath or two here. And when you're ready, use your hands to gently bring yourself up into a nice, comfortable seated position. Now sit either on the mat, or you can elevate your torso just a bit, your pelvis area just a bit with a blanket. And cross your legs. You can cross them like this, and again, you can do this. If you did this earlier, use the other leg to come up. Nice, comfortable seated position. Long torso, shoulders back and down, reaching out through the crown. Arms to the side, palms facing up. Inhale, arms up. And exhale to heart center, pressing in very gently. One more inhale, and then as we exhale, we're going to do one Om. So big inhale and exhale. Another deep breath in. May your thoughts be positive. May your words be kind, and may your heart be filled with love. Namaste. So this video will be posted on YouTube and Facebook. And if you have enjoyed this class, I would love to hear from you. If you have any suggestions, I would love to hear from you as well. Just remember, Kripalu is the yoga of compassion, self-compassion, and it is a slower type yoga where in between every pose, every posture, every asana, you take a breath in and you allow your body to integrate all the small changes that you've made. I hope you're feeling great, and I look forward to hearing from you. Namaste.